Hello, I'm Rachel from Mumsnet, and this is Emma Motherwell, Local Campaigns Manager for the NSPCC, and Hazel Hanrahan from the NSPCC's Helpline. We're also joined by somebody drilling outside, so sorry if you pick that up when you're listening. Emma and Hazel are joining us today to discuss the best way to talk to young children about staying safe from abuse. And you should also know that Lidl are partnering with the NSPCC on this campaign, and they've offered a £50 prize voucher to spend in Lidl and also a donation of £250 to the NSPCC, as well as a selection of lovely goodies from the NSPCC shop. Very nice. For one person who likes or shares the video. Emma, Lidl are raising £3 million over 3 years to support the Speak Out, Stay Safe programme. Can you tell us a bit more about it, please?
Sure. So Speak Out, Stay Safe is a programme whereby we visit primary schools and through assemblies and workshops we talk to children all about different kinds of abuse, how to spot different kinds of abuse and make sure that they know how to speak up and how to talk to someone if something's upsetting or worrying them. So we have a mascot called Buddy who comes with us. And for Key Stage 1 and 2, we tailor those assemblies for that age group. And then Years 5 and 6 get an additional hour-long workshop to just explore some of the issues a little bit more.
Okay. And how do you avoid frightening children? I mean, you've mentioned the mascot there. Yeah. Is that one of the ways? How else? Because it's quite distressing, isn't it, I suppose, the subject matter. So
some of the subject matters are, of course, to us as adults are quite distressing, but it's all done in a way that's appropriate for the age of child that we're doing the assembly or the workshop for. So Buddy is a really popular mascot, and the children love him, but the workshops are tailored to the appropriate age group as well.
Okay. Can you tell me a bit more about what happens in the workshops and what kind of thing you're doing in them?
So the assembly, first off, will take children through what is abuse, what is different kinds of abuse, and they'll hear little videos from young people themselves, and they'll start to interact with the volunteers and the staff that provide the assembly. And then through the workshop then they have activities to do to try and just explore those issues a little bit more and identify all those people around them who could help them if they ever came into trouble or they wanted to speak to someone about anything.
Okay. And this programme as well, it does highlight how our services as a whole are linked together. The Speak Out, Stay Safe programme, it does empower young people and children to actually be confident and provide them with the language to describe what's actually taking place for them.
And of course, it's so important that they're given the language to deal with that kind of thing. Yeah.
And an example of that, we do receive calls through to the helpline from parents who children have experienced this Speak Out programme, and they have disclosed, abuse that have been taking place for them, and they felt confident after that programme to approach, a safe person, an adult within their family to disclose that.
Brilliant. Okay. How can people watching find out more about the Speak Out, Stay Safe programme, and how can they support the service?
There's loads of information on the NSPCC website about Speak Out, Stay Safe. So if someone was connected with the school and wanted to organise a visit, you could do that through the website as well. We are really fortunate and really grateful to all the volunteers that help us to be able to deliver the service as well. So if someone was interested in becoming a trained volunteer, they could do that, and they could find out about that through our website as well. But already the £1 million from Lidl has helped us reach 300,000 children already. And we reached 1.8 million last year, so it's really a vital service that we hope we can keep running for as many schools as possible.
Brilliant. Does the programme cater to special educational needs?
It does, yeah. So we have an adapted version for children with special educational needs, and that goes across a few more sessions than the original version. And we really work with the schools to develop that because they know the children best and they know what level they're working at. So yes, we do have a version, and that's free as well.
Okay. And what sort of feedback do you get from the children after you've run the assemblies and the workshops?
The feedback is brilliant, and for some it's just about kind of exploring issues in a new way. For others it's about realising all those people around them that they can talk to if they need to. And as Hazel said as well, it translates to parents as well, who end up calling us about concerns as well.
Great. So the Speak Out Stay Safe programme is for children in school, but you've also developed the Pants campaign, and here we've got the little Pants mascot and some leaflets that you brought along. The Pants is to help parents have conversations with their children at home. Could you tell me a bit more about it, please?
Sure. So Pants is all about helping parents to feel more confident in talking to their children to keep them safe from sexual abuse. So it's a conversation that no parent wants to have with their child, and it's a really daunting prospect to have that conversation. So Pants is all about providing a framework to give parents more confidence to start those conversations regularly and often with their children. Okay. So each letter of Pants stands for something. Shall I go through those?
Yes, that is going to be my next question. Yeah. Please do.
So P stands for private to private.
Yeah.
So that's so children understand that anything covered by their pants or their swimwear is their private parts. No one should be asking to look or touch underneath their underwear or swimwear, and no one should be asking them to look or touch underneath their underwear or swimwear.
Yep.
A stands for always remember your body belongs to you. Mm-hmm. So this is helping children to understand a sense of ownership over their body, and that no one has a right to make them do anything that makes them feel uncomfortable. N stands for no means no. Again, helping children to understand they have the right to say no to unwanted touch, even from a loved one or somebody known to them.
Yeah.
T is talk about secrets that upset you. So we know that secrets can and have been used as quite a coercive tool with children. So this is helping children to understand that they will never get in trouble for talking about a secret that upsets them. They always, if something makes them feel sad or anxious or worried, they need to speak to someone.
Yeah.
And that ties into the last one, which is speak up, somebody can help.
Okay.
So again, this is helping children to understand all those people that are there to help them if they ever need to speak up. So first and foremost, it's normally parents, but there are also other family members, people in their network, perhaps a trusted teacher. Yeah. So that they know that they're never going to get in trouble and there's always someone to speak to.
Okay. And how, you mentioned that parents should talk to their children regularly. How often is regularly? Like, how do you decide when you're going to talk to your children about this?
Well, Pants is primarily aimed at children aged about 4 to 11, but it's really at the parent's discretion. You know your children better than anybody else about when you feel is the right time to have the conversation. But it's all about weaving it into everyday conversation, so it doesn't feel like a big serious conversation that is quite daunting for everyone involved. So it's about, there's opportunities, and some of the examples of that, the best examples, come from parents themselves actually. So some parents do it when they're getting changed for bath time, bedtime, maybe they're going swimming, all those opportunities where you have a chance to kind of feed in those messages about what's covered by your pants or your swimwear, that kind of thing. Yeah. Those examples are when an adult might need to help you and that's okay and what's not okay. For some parents, they found that kind of journeys are a good opportunity to have the conversation. So when you're in the car, the children are kind of relatively undistracted, you know, and they can listen to you perhaps when they might not listen other times.
Yeah, they're a captive audience.
Yeah, and for slightly older children, they might hear something on the radio. I've had a parent say that to me. They heard a story on the radio and they started to ask questions about what is that and what does that mean, and that was an opportunity to weave the conversation in.
Also, I remember, sorry to jut in here, but having conversations with my mum about sex in the car because you couldn't make eye contact. So it just sort of made it less embarrassing. And I guess there's, for the older children, there's that as well that you can...
Yeah, I mean, there is an element of that. But I mean, the thing about Pants is that you don't have to mention sex and you don't have to mention body parts if you don't feel that that is the appropriate age for your child to be talking about that kind of thing. It's about weaving in those really basic messages whenever and wherever possible.
Okay.
And if a child is resistant or feels uncomfortable, it's not about forcing, you know, the Pants, you know, program on them. It's about, you know, understanding your child and, you know, you're more equipped to actually do that.
Okay. What kind of age do you think that parents should start talking to their children about Pants and the...
Again, you know, Pants was designed with the age range of 4 to 11 years of age. But again, it comes down to each parent. They know their child better than us. This is a resource to help support parents in how to actually explore this topic. And again, it's about them feeling comfortable as well, because some parents aren't comfortable with actually discussing this topic with other adults or children themselves. And again, there is a resource for parents on our website online as well that they can go through. And we have a resource for children as well that you can sit down and go through that with them as well.
Okay, great. Are there any other tips that you can offer for parents about speaking to their child about staying safe?
I think one of the things I always talk to parents about is, you know, when you made the decision to have the conversation, as much as you want to feel as it's a natural conversation, it's about giving that conversation your undivided attention, which can actually be quite hard in everyday life, particularly if you've got more than one child and you've got other things going on. But really giving that 100% eye contact, leaning in, really kind of reflecting on what the child is saying so they feel they have your undivided attention. Not only so they take in what you're saying, but also so they feel more able to open up if they did need to speak to you about anything.
And making it fun as well and not, you know, formal. You know, these are children, you know, be child friendly in your language. You know, we have our resources here, games, we do have our little
things like puzzles and games.
Dinosaurs as well, you know, online resources, and these are really good. They'll make, you know, children feel really at ease and comfortable, and you'll be comfortable as well.
Yeah. But it was interesting to me about you saying, like, build it into stuff that's going on anyway. So you're not kind of sitting them down for a serious talk.
Yeah.
It's more as and when things come up. It's
Yeah.
a good thing to do, I think. Okay. Do you have any tips about online safety and how children or parents can ensure that their children stay safe online?
Yeah, I speak to parents a lot about online safety, and it's a growing concern among parents I talk to quite regularly. And in a similar way to parents about online safety, the earlier and the more regularly you can have the conversations with your children, the better. So we always talk about a kind of approaching online safety as a family, as a team. So talking to your child to understand a little bit about what they like doing online, what they want to do online and why. And then start to explore that a little bit with them. You know, perhaps there are certain apps or games that they want to start using, and if you can explore them and understand them yourself, you can make a decision about whether they're appropriate for your child. And actually we have something called Net Aware, which is a tool where parents can go on and search for the most popular sites, apps and games that children want to use and find out a bit more about them. And then agreeing some boundaries with your child. So obviously the earlier the better with boundaries, but that might be around where they can go online, kind of physically in the house. It might be how much time they can spend online, or it might be the kind of apps and games that they're allowed to use. Whatever's right for your family. And that really is the message. You know, one person's boundary would be different to another person's. So it's whatever's right for your family, and then manage that as much as you can within your house. So things like parental controls, family-friendly browsers. You can get time controls if you're worried about the amount of time your child is spending online, and keep those conversations going. So you can start kind of exploring online with your child as they grow, really.
And again, if parents feel uncomfortable or don't have the knowledge, they can ring the helpline on 0808 800 5000. And, you know, we do have a partnership with O2 as well, and we can actually link them in with that service. Or parents can go into O2 store directly and speak to an O2 guru as well. So,
but they can't get tips on how to play the latest video game and win.
Get them from their child.
But these are resources that are out there, you know, they're accessible, and, you know, please do ring us if you want to discuss it further.
Okay, brilliant. One of our Mumsnet users had a specific question about social media and how to stay safe on social media, especially her daughter was approached by a stranger on social media. Have you got any tips about kind of using Facebook and Twitter and all the other ones that children use that I don't know about?
I think with that question, it's about exploring it further. You know, how was she approached, kind of what was the context in that message as well. Again, you know, parents can ring the helpline and they will be directed to a practitioner where they can discuss it one-on-one. But again, there's other resources through CEOP, the Think You Know, they have resources for parents for, you know, online safety. Again, you can report directly to them if there's concerns about, you know, images that are being kind of sent to them. Messages, again, they can support you on on that, and they do have that online reporting that you can do.
Okay.
And it's really about, as your child is starting to register for these apps, looking at the age suitability of the apps that they want to be using, but also at the time of registering, do they know how to block people? Do they know how to set their privacy settings? Do they know how to report? And making sure that they can then manage themselves online as well.
And there's so much information out there, it's very hard. Like, we are signposting to so many different organisations, to our own resources, but you can ring us directly if you feel like you're overwhelmed with all this information, and we can, pinpoint exactly what it is you need as well.
Oh, brilliant. So it's not just a helpline for reporting abuse, it's to get help, to
it's support if you want a discussion.
Proactively work with your child to help their safety.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. We will also list the all the resources that have been named here in the comments section under the video as well. Right. Next question. Does talking to children about staying safe from abuse mean you have to talk to your child about sex?
No. I think we touched on that actually briefly, talking about pants. The way that pants has been developed has been to be age appropriate for young children. So no, there's no mention of sex. There's no mention of abuse. There's no mention of body parts. It's up to the parent's discretion how far in.
Worrying to a parent, where should they go with that information? What should they be asking? That kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, it is concerning when a child does disclose, even to their friend who's a child as well, concerns that they're experiencing in their own life. I would advise, whether if they're still in school, to, make contact with the school itself. And again, you can come to the NSPCC helpline, and you will be put through to, a practitioner one-on-one, and we can explore that further, see what action we need to take, whether, you have identifiable details for that child as well, that's so we can give that support too. But yeah, always do report any concerns that you do have, whether you think it's small or not. Every concern is important, and we are here to listen and support that.
Brilliant. And what should you do if you see somebody physically abusing a child in a public place?
I think if you come across a situation like that and you don't know the child itself, I would advise to ring the police. Do take down, details. What was the child wearing? What was, if it was an adult that was, physical assaulting that child, what were they wearing? A description, just in case, that adult were to move on from that location as well. Have the exact location. If you don't feel comfortable, ring the police. Again, please do come to us here at the helpline, and that we can take that step for you. But everything again is about action, supporting that child, making sure they're safe.
Okay. One final question, which is a massive subject, but I'm going to ask it anyway. It's about FGM. What is FGM? Does it count as child abuse? And what can be done if you have concerns about a child in FGM?
Okay. So FGM, it's female genital mutilation. Yes, it is considered child abuse. It is illegal in England, and for you to take a child overseas as well, that is illegal for that to be undertaken. It's such a broad topic, and many people have a lot of concerns around it and lack of information as well. So we would advise people to ring our helpline. We do have a helpline dedicated to FGM. Whether you're a teacher, a professional, a parent, or just a member of the public, please do ring. We are here to support, provide advice, and guidance, and report as well if we do believe there is concern for a child and their safety.
Okay. Brilliant. Is there anything else that you'd like to quickly add at the end that I've missed?
I suppose just to make parents and adults aware that by ringing the helpline, we are there to support. It's not about making reports and contacting agencies. It's about supporting you, making sure that you feel comfortable in using the service, and guiding you towards taking the proactive steps and protective steps for young people and keeping them safe. And again, our primary concern is to keep children safe and to give the information, knowledge to you to do that, to take those steps.
Brilliant. Thank you, Hazel. Thank you, Emma. It's been an absolute pleasure. That's it for now. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Mumsnet. Bye.